smelts and fillet the sound. Ocean prime with the Caesar salad, but the dress in Italian. Had to break out the whale scales, took a day to count it. Plugged out in St. Thomas. From the Virgin to the Cayman Islands, it's yacht life at its best. Some flip-flops and my nautical sweats. Got your bitch on her knees, swabbing the deck. Oyster Perpetual, flood the yacht with baguettes. Submariner or the sea dweller. This is not a Patek pack, got sent from overseas. With a postcard, drowning in sin. Life's a beast, need a coast guard. Great Lakes to the coast, activate the alarm. Now we docking the boat. Big rope with the anchortron, sipping straight Patron. 3,000 miles away from home, middle of the ocean. Had to cut the navigation on. Nautical competition, compass on my windbreaker. Setting sail, taking Dramamine. I get seasick. Papa was a ladies' man, Papa was a sailor man. Jury clearly Canadian, diamonds, water, aquarium. Big scale professional, we got that oil sheen, yeah. On the river, trying to water with me up a stingray. We got the same guns the Navy got, why panic? All these loose lips sinking ships like the Titanic. On a deserted island, plug tried to leave me stranded. I can't understand his English, he can't understand my Spanish. Big fish in a small pond full of guppies. Like the Bermuda Triangle, I can make it vanish. Burning exotic coral reef with all my blooders. They chain a treasure chest, but my piece hit like watercolor.
They don't want to see the guy.
The flow is towing, precision as an afro trim. All big letters, but it isn't no acronym. Smack the thin grin off a chin for crack smoking. DDT the first ball, leave the track back broken. Chrome grown men doing business with Anglo-Saxon them. Lacking swing, but that banjo's so relaxing as the wax spin. Hacking axes in the wind, pretend it's just a pen. See if you could pencil them in. Tense, mention men are on a fenced in. Sentences tens. The wheels fall off, then it's the end. Don't get keel hauled in, villain always been. Feel real, genuine ball skin. Not to call the whole crowd out, it's just a few chumps. And you know who you are like a shout out. Place them in your loud mouth and taste them like a pastry. Waste of space, face hastily, bow out gracefully. Disappear, reappear, and disappear again. Villain not his hair, he's no Afro-American. If that's the case, he'd be a bald-headed African. Taking all the credit and jetted astral traveling. Turn a man into a mannequin for Afflacking. And being tough acting, acting bluff jacking. He wears a mask so when he dodges his face, each and every race could absorb the base and the place to be. Don't believe the hyperbole, it's like a murder spree. Get sniped verbally, beaten the head with lead pipe languages. For street cred, leave him for dead and anguishness. The slang suggested was the guy in the glasses. He came to help the people with their
Why did you buy this album? I don't know why you did. You're stupid.
To another night of the Sharpshooters. Hope you're all having a great time. I just realized I didn't send out any messages to anyone. I've been crazy busy the past hour, so we'll see what kind of fandom we get tonight.
All right, I let all my peeps know.
Good. Hopefully we get some peeps on. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight, nice night. Once again, no Matt. Unfortunately, you still have Juice. You still have Danny. We still have a lot of wrestling to discuss. We still have an AEW crate to unbox. We still have some blind rankings to do. But before all of that, we have... Oh, yeah, you got your crate. Hold on, let me show you my crate. You show me yours, I'll show you mine. Still sealed.
Hey, mine's bigger.
Still sealed.
Mine's not sealed.
For
I
a week.
haven't
It's
looked at it
annoying
yet.
as hell. I hate it.
I feel like we should have blurred the screens.
Should have blurred
I'm ready.
the screen.
When you said show you yours if you show me.
What?
Producer said we should have blurred the screens when I said show me yours, I'll show you mine.
Whoa.
All right. So,
Okay.
trivia question for this week. Want to make it a nice simple one since we still don't have Matt, so we're still just trying to do ones just to keep it up.
Simple.
SummerSlam season. Might as well do a SummerSlam trivia. Might be too easy, might not be. I don't know how much you know about it. But who has the most losses at SummerSlam?
That's funny.
I feel like that's a bad sign for me.
Yeah, I think I know this one. I'm pretty sure it is our good friend, Mr. Overrated himself, John Cena.
5 and 10. I think he has like the most losses by like 4. I think the next one is like 6. So 5 and 10 at SummerSlam. Super Cena apparently has kryptonite at SummerSlam. So that's not bad, depending on the year. All right. So where do we want to start tonight? Do we want to start with the unboxing or do we want to start with the blind ranks? Looks like we're starting with the unboxing. How are we doing this?
Yes.
We've never done this online before. We've always done this in person. So
I think the
item by item.
I mean, yeah, we'll try and wing it, go item by item best we can. I'm gonna try not to look in the box and just kind of just grab something.
Yeah.
Like on the top.
So I'm gonna open the box up towards you.
Yeah. So for those of you watching, this is the All Elite crate. These are sold at, I believe it's allelitecrate.com.
Yes, sir.
And you can sign up for either a quarterly crate just to get one at a time, or you can sign up for the yearly deal to get a little bit of a discount on all 4 of them. I've been signed up since day 1. I think, Danny, you missed the first one, or have you been with all of them?
I missed maybe 1 or 2 rounds.
Okay.
Maybe 1 or 2 rounds I missed.
So this comes with 9 items inside, 2 shirts, an autograph, a micro brawler, and from there I think it's a lot of random stuff.
Try not to look at my screen, Juice, but for everyone at home, these are the people and the items. I can't see it because I'm not looking at.
Yeah, let's not give them everything. Let's not give them anything.
I'm just showing
everything right away.
I'm just showing them how it looks.
Well, they're gonna watch this unbox.
They still can't see the items live.
So first up, we have a shirt. So I don't know if you're with me. It's a black shirt with a little bit of pink on it.
All right. Yep.
Okay.
I'm just trying to look like right at the very top without doing anything. Yep.
Okay.
Oh.
All right.
A little Okada. Looks
Yeah,
like a little
Kazuchika
racetrack.
Okada.
Almost.
There you go.
Has like a
Not gonna lie,
NASCAR feel to me.
What'd you say?
Has like a NASCAR race car kind of feel to me.
I was gonna say, not gonna lie, this feels like something I would see in like Walmart for like $10. Like, I don't know, not crazy about this one. The design.
I don't know if it's the design or the color scheme. Interesting.
I just don't know. It seems a little just simple. I just slapped a little thing on it. I don't know. They've done better.
Interesting. Let's see. Reaching in, I found a sticker right on top, so I'm just gonna take the sticker out.
Yes, I have the sticker as well. Oh, it looks like
that's fantastic.
Willow Nightingale on a unicorn getting ready to fight the world. I like that.
I
I like that sticker.
That's funny as hell. Willow Nightingale
Cool.
and a unicorn.
I approve of that. All right, we got a gray shirt here with a little bit of green on it.
Yep.
see what we got here. Okay. All right. So I like this one. This one's all right. We got Will Ospreay
Yes.
with a
Nice
bruv.
and simple.
I like that one. See, this one's cool. I'm okay with this one.
So I was saying at the pay-per-view after seeing so many of them, but specifically your brother with it, I really want to get a Bruv jersey eventually. The Bruv jersey just looks so nice. It's great.
Yeah.
That's why I just put
You know what
that
it is?
there.
You know what it is with the Okada one also? I think I said this before. I'm not really crazy about wrestling shirts that have the wrestler on them.
Mm-hmm.
I like, if it's the name or a logo or something else, I'm fine with that. But when like they're on it, it feels a little lame to me.
Especially
That's why I'm not crazy about
Especially when
Okada.
it's just like a pose. If you're gonna have it, like I like the one when they gave us the CM Punk one with the dog collar around it, and he was like bleeding like that. Like that's not a picture of him posing. That's like from the match, and like that's like an action shot.
Mm-hmm.
So like the action shots, I don't mind as much if they do it right. But the ones where they're just like straight up posing for it's not the best. Next thing I grabbed was looks like a drawstring bag.
Is it a
Nice.
bag? No way.
Yes.
No way.
That's awesome.
Oh yes, I'm gonna use this all the time.
That's dope. I'm pretty sure I've used they gave us the Halloween bag. I've used that all the time. And did they give us the AEW bag or did I just buy that?
You might have just bought that one. I don't know, but no, this is nice though. I like my drawstring bags. I like this one a lot. That's
We're
good.
talking about the bag specifically because it's another bag. Yeah.
All right, okay.
Yeah. The hook clip is probably my most used item. I love the hook clip. I still use it.
Killer Tomato and Square Spectrum both said open the box first. What's in the box? So I think we chose correctly in going first with this.
I agree.
All right.
You're up.
What do we got next? All right, I got something squishy.
Squishy. I found the squishy.
You got the squishy?
I found the squishy.
Ooh.
Ah, ha, 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 ha.
What in the world?
This is the weirdest looking plush doll.
It's a little
ever.
Darby Allin plushie. I love him.
Producer said that it looks like a voodoo doll.
Oh, Papa Shango.
That's so funny.
Oh, I like this. This is cool. Roller Buddy. Have they made these like for other people?
I don't know.
Let's
Is
see,
it like the micro brawlers?
so-
Is this something new?
Where is Matt? He's not in the box. Is Matt in the box? Oh, I've been informed he's
Oh,
not.
Jesus.
Producer. Yeah, he is not in the box.
And then
Apologies.
he said producer.
Yeah, I like this one though. It's pretty neat.
I do like
the
this one.
little
If
Darby
they're gonna
plushie.
do more like this, I want to get like an Orange Cassidy one for sure.
Mhm.
All right, I grabbed a micro brawler,
Okay, yep. Okay, I got it.
and we
Right.
got little Julia Hart.
Yeah, that's cool. I like the hat. The hat's cool, like on top, so that's pretty neat.
And then this is
I'm okay with it.
This is a chase variant, so we both got the same one. We both got a red one.
Wait, what'd you say?
They said the Julia Hart has 300 chase variants.
And which ones are Chase? Do you know?
Is it the red one? I doubt we both got chase. That would be crazy.
Well, let me see yours.
Yeah, it's the same one.
Yeah, they look the same. Huh.
It's usually the color they change, so
Yeah, I'll have
We'll
to
see.
look into it.
we'll definitely look
And
at
are
it.
her eyes different on yours? Like the right eye is blue, the left one
Yep.
is black.
Yep,
I guess can see that. See how it's different. I
I
think
like that.
it's cool though. I like
It's a
it.
little detail.
Again, I like
love
with the
these little
hat.
micro
That's-
brawlers. I have them all like just in the packaging, just to the side. You gotta figure out what to do with them though.
Yeah, I wanted to take them out and like put them up, but I just haven't really done it.
Yeah.
But gotta find a good spot to put them. All right, I got the pin.
Pin, got it.
Pin comes in every single one.
Haha.
Oh, that's dope.
Yes.
That is dope.
Whose house?
Whose house?
Love it.
Swerve's house.
I can't wait to
I like
talk
that.
about that blood and guts match later. That was ridiculous.
That is dope. Okay.
Swerve showed
I like
up.
The pin.
I don't
And
know
I think
what
all we have left is the poster and the autograph.
Yep.
So
poster
do the
looks like
poster.
Eddie. Is it just Eddie? Just Eddie. On the bottom, you saw the bottom?
yeah,
Suck eggs.
this is yep.
I
Suck
love it.
eggs.
That's a funny ass one. That's a good one. And then that means
like
the
that one.
autograph is.
I do not know who it is yet. It's not.
Who's the autograph? I
See.
forget. I never know who's in these things. I've yet to be really excited about an autograph. They're all good, but like I haven't had one.
Oh, this is a good one.
That's great.
That's a good one. We got Mr.
That's
Kyle
great.
O'Reilly himself.
I love O'Reilly.
That's good.
Awesome.
I like
I'm really
it.
happy about this one.
Yeah.
This
Besides the Okada shirt, I like it.
Right, their kind of shirt was a little disappointing. Thank God it was the black shirt at least, so it wasn't like I know we like the colored one more. Like usually we like the colored ones more, like the Tony Storm one. Bam, and you're wearing the acclaimed one. So the acclaimed one is this isn't black. This
That was
is like
cool. I like that.
yellow green or something.
Kyle Bro Riley. Yes, you are correct, Freebird. Kyle Bro Riley.
Welcome back, Freebird. We missed you, by the way. I hope your vacations were great.
Hell yeah.
Back in the chat with us. So yeah, no, I really like the crate. I think the only thing, like we said, was the Okada shirt. Maybe we'll do a little giveaway with the stuff we're not crazy about. See who else likes it. I got COVID after vacation, but vacation was great. That sucks. I'm glad you're better. And I'm not gonna say where you went for vacay, but vacay looked awesome from the picture, so that's dope.
I'll give the full GPS coordinates. Give me 2 minutes. All right.
Just put it in the chat so everyone knows where to find it.
997.97119. Okay.
All right. So next up, our next segment for those who have been gone for a while or are new is one of our new favorites, at least my new favorite, is Blind Ranks. Myself and Juice come up with a random list, and we choose all the people or events or matches or whatever we want to choose, and we give it to the other person, and they have to blindly rank whatever we chose. So this edition is the SummerSlam edition, since SummerSlam is right around the corner. So you want to start off?
Sure, I'll go first.
All right, I'm playing.
All right. So let me share the screen, because that's what we do here on the show.
That's what we do.
The screen. All right.
Freebird is still coughing. Don't cough on the screen.
He can cough wherever he wants. It's okay.
All right. Today, by the way, we're only doing 2 ranks each. Keeping it a little short tonight since we got a lot to talk about since it's been over a week since our last pod.
Yes. So the first one, I'm a little concerned now. It might be a crossover, but we'll see.
Uh-oh.
So mine is going to be, they're both SummerSlam themed. I don't know if you stuck with the SummerSlam theme, but both of mine are related to SummerSlam since it is next weekend. So my first one is going to be wrestlers at SummerSlam with the most losses. Oh my.
Okay. No, luckily I didn't do that. If you want to make it shorter so it fits, just put SummerSlam as SS.
Yeah, I'll
do
fix
that.
it. There we
That's
go.
fine.
We're good.
All right.
We're good. All right. So wrestlers at SummerSlam with the most losses.
How many?
This is going to be 5. We're gonna give you 5.
Okay.
Here. Yep. So, in the sake of the trivia, we're going to nip this one in the bud right away. I'm just going to give you John Cena.
That's fine. Wait, hold on, time out. Am I supposed to rank who I think has the most losses?
Yeah, well, this is honestly, I'm doing a little bit of a different approach. It's to see how close you get to the actual top 5.
Gotcha. Okay, so
and you're going to rank them how you think they might be.
Luckily for you, I really only looked for the big number for the losses, so I really didn't see the names of the other people who were the losses. So at least I won't know anyone after John Cena. So we'll get John Cena out of the way at number 1.
Which is why I gave you Cena first.
Totally fine. Understand.
And if anybody else is in chat and has any names they want to throw out there they think should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, let us know.
Oh man.
All right, next up, let's go with Taker.
Undertaker. I feel like Undertaker, he's been around forever. I'm trying to think I feel like he hasn't wrestled a lot of SummerSlams though. I'm gonna put him at 4.
Hasn't he though? Didn't he do a lot of Barclays ones? I don't know.
Yeah, but he also won a lot of those, like Edge versus Edge. He won. Like at that point, he was in like the dead. I don't know. I'm gonna still put him at 4. I'm nervous now. Stop talking me out of it.
All right, I'm just giving you the intel I think you should want to know. All right, let's go with Edge.
Edge. See, and speaking of Edge has been around, but he was in a lot of those SummerSlams. I think he lost a lot. I feel like he's 2 or 3. I'm gonna go with 2. I'm gonna go with Edge 2.
All right, next up, let's go with Brock.
5.
You know what? I'll give you the last. I'll give you the last 2, just so you can figure it out. If 3 or 5.
Carol said Bork.
Bork, good old Bork Laser.
Hey, they're saying his name on TV. It's all right.
Yeah. So Brock Lesnar and Randy Orton. 3 or 5. Where do you want to put him?
Orton 3, Brock 5. I was gonna put Brock 5 anyway. I had said that before, so I feel more comfortable with that. Oh man, I think this is right. All right, tell me.
Let's see. You got 2 of them correct.
Damn it! It's what, Cena and Brock.
You got Cena correct, and you got Taker correct. At 4.
Brock, really interesting. So then, I would switch Brock with Orton.
You'd still be incorrect.
Damn.
So, Orton is in second with 7. Then Brock with 6. And then number 5 would be Edge with 2.
Really? Wow. Yep. So that's so
Only
funny.
lost twice.
The one of the big ones I think of is this Hell in a Cell one. And I'm like, he must have lost so many more.
That's why when you said that, I was like, because last year when we did our Mr. SummerSlam episode, which, by the way, is in our YouTube archives, if you're going to check them out at the link below, all of our episodes are there dating back to last year. When we did Mr. SummerSlam, Edge was in contention because of his 12-2 record.
Oh, that's so right. That's so right.
Yep. All right, well, that's my first one.
While you're clicking that link below, if you have an Amazon Prime account, you can use your free sub to please sub for us so you don't have to pay any money, and we get some cash so we can try to update our background and our screen and everything else we can do. So if you can, please send us a sub. It's free for you. It's at, I believe, amazon.gaming.com. I think, right? I always get it wrong.
Yeah, and you know what?
Gaming.amazon.com.
And guess what? Maybe you don't have Amazon Prime. Maybe you just have a lot of money and you're looking at your bank account and you're like, you know what? I don't really need all of this money.
Right.
You can just give us your money straight up. We'd be more than happy to take it. Appreciate your support. Any sort of like, any sort of follow, any sort of subscription. Any way to support us, we appreciate. Helps us grow and stay going.
Agree.
Thank you very much.
All
Keep the lights on, you know?
My first one. Here we go.
Your turn.
Click on my tab. We have SummerSlam gimmick matches. So you're going to rank your favorite SummerSlam gimmick matches. Now, we have...
are these matches gimmicks that just happened at SummerSlam? Or like
No,
specific
these are
matches?
just matches at SummerSlam. They were all gimmick matches. Oh, wait. Square Spectrum with a sub. Thank you so much, Square Spectrum.
Thank you, Square.
What a nice
really
person.
Appreciate that.
Really appreciate that.
Thank you kindly.
We're at 4
Always.
subs this month. If we could try to get more, I know our goal is 10. We got at 7 at some point, so keep trolling my husband. Call it even. That'll be easy to do. No worries there. All right. So these are just whatever gimmick matches happened at SummerSlam, not SummerSlam only. So there's ladder matches and cage matches and all that. Now, there are 10 matches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 matches. Right. And just so you can put your mind at ease and give it an honest, random rank, I will tell you now that the honorable mentions are Rey Mysterio versus Eddie Guerrero's ladder match for the custody of Dom.
Wait, what do you mean honorable mention?
That means you're not ranking them because I know you put them last, and I don't want you to think about them.
Well, you don't know. You don't know how I would do it. You don't know.
And the second match,
you don't know.
16 years later, Seth versus Dom in the street fight. So those are my 2 honorable mentions. No, plus looking at the other matches, I love the other matches more. So I just went with what I thought were more fan favorites. So we are starting off with Christian versus Randy Orton, no holds barred match.
Was that for the World Heavyweight or just the?
Yeah, that was in their string of World Heavyweight runs and stuff.
I like that program. I like that story and feud. I'm going to put that one at 3.
3?
Yeah, let's go 3 for that one.
All right. Next match. The Boiler Room Brawl between Mankind and The Undertaker.
Give me 5. Put it at 5.
Put that one at 5.
Yeah, I'm undecided. I'm on the fence with that one.
All right. Next match, we have the Elimination Chamber match with Goldberg vying for the World Heavyweight Championship.
Oh, yeah. No. Put it at 10.
Ooh.
Yeah. That one sucked. The only thing good about that was when Goldberg tripped over his own pyro.
Yeah, that was hilarious. That was so funny. All right. Kind of the way I thought it was going to go so far. All right, next up, we have CM Punk versus Brock Lesnar in the no disqualification match.
Put it at 6.
Interesting.
Put it at 6. I wasn't really crazy about that Brock run.
A lot of people thought that was like one of their best matches.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Just not for me.
All right. I'm trying to see where I want to go next.
Let's go. Hit me. Let's go.
Just these next ones are going to be. All right. Triple H Mankind cage match where Mankind reenacted the Jimmy Snuka and did the flying elbow off the cage.
Is that the cage? Was that the blue cage?
Yes.
Yeah. Put it at a 9.
Put that one at 9.
Yeah. Didn't really care for that one.
All right.
Freebird was crazy about 0 Brock runs. Damn.
About 0 Brock runs.
That means none. It's like none of them.
That's crazy. That's rude. Not even the initial run.
Trip.
Everyone was good with the initial one. That was awesome. I don't know about that, Freebird. All right.
CM
Punk, Jeff Hardy, TLC match.
Yeah, put that at 1 at 1.
Put that one at 1.
Yeah, that feuding story was awesome.
That's
what it made.
I'm gonna follow that up
that
then with where we got here with the original TLC match. The first one was at SummerSlam.
I'm good with that at 2.
All right.
Good with that.
I'm good with that. All right, hold on. Let me just update my list so I don't repeat.
Freebird wasn't watching then. He was never a Brock fan, though. I get it. Sometimes you're just not a fan of a person. I totally get that.
All right, here we go. Last 3.
Yes.
Triple H, Shawn Michaels unsanctioned match in 2002.
Yeah, that can go at 4.
All right.
I'm cool with that there. Yep.
Next
so far, I'm
up,
pretty good with this. We'll see what's coming, but
Steve Blackman versus Shane McMahon in the hardcore match.
Without knowing what's coming, I'm okay with this at 7, just because of the crazy bump during it. That was awesome.
And last but not least,
It felt like a million feet.
why can't I spell McMahon?
That's what you just write Shane.
Yeah, that's fair. Can't spell McMahon for some reason. All right, last but not least, we have Brett versus Owen in the cage match.
Oh yeah, at 8. That's fine.
That's at 8, no problem.
Yeah. Oh wow. No regrets with this list. I'm happy with it.
Perfect list for Juice. Let us know. Yeah. Steve Blackman versus Shane McMahon. Where was I for that match? Probably wherever Matt is.
I don't know about that.
Freebird, yeah, that was the match where they climbed the Titantron and Blackman hit him with the kendo stick, and then Shane fell. That's like one of the most iconic images.
You've definitely seen the image or this little clip of Shane.
Yeah,
falling.
there we go. He said, "Oh, right, okay, good." I was like,
Yeah,
"No
yeah,
way,
yeah.
you didn't see that." All right, cool. All right, so that's my first one. Nice SummerSlam gimmick matches. You seem to like them.
All right. Back to me. My turn.
Back to me.
So, mine. Actually, you know what? You go first. You do yours again. There's a reason. Trust me.
All right. I'm going to go a little sad this time then.
Okay.
Worst SummerSlam moments.
Okay.
5 of them.
Okay. 5 worst moments? There's got to be more than 5.
Some of them are sad. Some of them are just like bad decisions or whatever. All right. First one. Or really just, I guess, whatever. Anyway. Undertaker versus Undertaker.
How many are there?
5.
All right, I'm gonna put this one at 3 only because I know they're all gonna be bad, and that one wasn't really during my time, so it's like a nostalgic bad, but not like, oh fuck that, I lived through that kind of thing. Probably should be lower, but I'm fine with it at 3. I'll play the middle for now.
Lex Luger's iconic celebration after beating Yokozuna by disqualification.
Yeah, okay. You know what? I again, now I'm gonna go back on what I just said. I watched enough of this story online. Like I saw the Luger story and how they just pulled the rug out from under it. I'm tempted to put it at 1. I'm gonna go to 2.
Okay.
But I feel like something way worse is gonna be here that I need to save 1 for.
All
Yeah.
right. Next one.
That was so dumb.
John Cena beating the Nexus pretty much single-handedly.
Is that the 10-man tag?
The 7 versus 7? Yeah. With with Bryan Danielson showing up as the 7th member and everything.
Yeah, that was that elimination or no? No, right?
Yeah, that was elimination.
Yeah.
That's why it was so bad, because it was like, I think like 1-on-3 or something at the end, and he just tore through.
I'll put it at 4. I'll put it at
Alright.
4. I don't. Yeah, it sucked. I mean, it killed Nexus, but I can't say 1.
Which one do I do here? Stone Cold Steve Austin breaks his neck.
I'll go 5. I mean, that sucked, but like it wasn't planned, just an injury. All the other ones were at least planned, and they were bad. That was just
And
a sad
your
accident.
worst planned moment, because last one is a planned moment, and I think you're gonna like this. Wait, hold on. We have some stuff in the chat here. Kevin Last said Juice has PTSD, peak Cena hatred sometimes, and Freebird said, I mean, Cena was getting 3 segments nights on Raw at the time. It was wild. I think they're saying you should put it higher.
If you missed last week's episode, the end of it, like the Cena.
We talked
the
about
Cena came,
Cena's retirement.
yeah, it's gonna be a long year, folks. Buckle up.
So, number 1 worst planned moment, and again, because I think we talked about it last week also, just coincidence that happened, Kevin Nash powerbombing CM Punk and costing him the championship.
Yeah, go 1. Yep.
All right.
I mean, obviously, yep. I'm good with this.
Sweet. 2 lists. I like them both.
All right. Going back to my second list now.
Now I'm excited.
We are
for your
going.
second list.
It's a good segue into our next segment when we go for it. So it's a little simple, but I think you can have some fun with it. I want you to rank.
Oh shit.
All
Freebird,
right.
I don't think the anonymous GM was revealed on SummerSlam. It was revealed on Raw, I believe. So that was worth SummerSlam.
It was revealed on Raw like fucking 3 years later or something.
Yeah.
When no one cared anymore. Oh my god.
All right. This year's SummerSlam.
So here we go.
How many
There's
matches
really no
do we have so
surprise,
far?
I guess. What's that?
How many matches do we have so far?
We have 7.
Okay. I know some of them.
And all right, well, we'll see how many you know or remember. I'm going to read them off to you, and you can rank them as we go.
All right.
All right, so this is this year's SummerSlam matches, and you're going to rank them in levels of interest going into next weekend.
Yes.
Let's start with Liv Morgan versus Rhea Ripley for the women's title.
Oh, I love my mommy. It is at least a storyline that I'm understanding. Let's put that at, I'm trying to think, 4? Put that 4.
I'm glad someone's understanding the storyline.
I didn't say it was good. I just said I'm understanding it.
Nope, still.
I mean, I'll update you how they're trying. Anyway, go ahead. Next. We'll talk about that next.
All right, next up, let's go with the other women's match, Bayley versus Nia Jax.
Oh, I'm pretty sure that's 7. As of right now, that's the least interested match for me. Mainly because they're not doing a lot. They're really focused on Tiffany Stratton right now, and it's just.
Okay. Let's go with Logan Paul versus LA Knight for the U.S. title.
Damn. Trying trying to think of the other matches. I'm going to put that at 3.
Okay.
Mainly because I just want to see if they'll actually put the title on Night. That's like why I'm interested to see. Because if they don't, then I don't know what they're going to do with that title with Logan Paul.
Okay. Let's go with Priest and Walter.
Priest versus Gunther, I'm going to put at number 1. Because that's just the match I'm looking forward to all night.
Okay. Let's see. Sammy and Braun.
Sammy and Braun.
Braun Breaker for the IC title.
We got Sammy Braun left. We got... I can't think of the third match. Oh, yes, I can. Sammy and Braun, number 4.
You already have 4.
Sorry, 5.
Okay. All right. Next up, we got we have Cody versus Solo Sikoa.
Yep, number 6. Fine right there.
Okay, and that means you put in number 2, Drew versus Punk with Seth as referee.
Yes, sir.
So that's your level of excitement for the matches. Does that feel pretty solid?
That is
what you're looking at now?
accurate right now. So
Okay.
we can lead these up a little bit, and we can start talking about WWE. I guess we'll start off there. And a lot of stuff that happened this past week, or didn't happen this past week, has really changed the mood for the matches for me. So Priest versus Walter.
Before we dive in,
ahead.
quick point of clarification from the chat. Solo Sikoa is trash.
Yes,
Thank you, Freebird.
That is correct. No one's arguing here.
Continue.
I could argue, say that we might be the number 1 hating podcast of Solo Sikoa.
Oh, yeah. That's accurate.
Oh, yeah. So,
yeah.
Fuck it. Let's start with Solo Sikoa. So, another segment where they did the same shit, nothing different. Kevin Owens came back on SmackDown, great, tagged. They faced Grayson Grayson Waller and Theory, and then they got attacked, they got jumped, and then Cody gets put through a table, blah blah blah, rinse and repeat. So same shit as they're doing, clearly setting up that everyone's gonna come back at SummerSlam and help Cody defend, and that's how he's gonna win. I'm still on your boat where Solo should win. That's the only way this fucking storyline means anything. But I don't know.
Yeah, but if they keep beating him up every week, like you're saying, it's the same old shit. Then I'm inclined to think Cody's gonna win.
Yeah, 100%.
Listen, this is John Cena booking 101.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen it a million times in my lifetime. I don't even need to watch to know what they're doing.
The only difference is what's gonna happen is this Friday, the Friday before SummerSlam, Orton will come back. And Owens will come back, and then they'll help them on the go-home show, help defend against the Bloodline to show, like, oh, he does have support. He's not by himself, yada, yada, yada.
Will they, though? Because it looks like those two aren't even on SummerSlam, so why even bring them back?
Because they're still in the Bloodline storyline.
Yeah, but why not save them either for SummerSlam or something like that? Right? I don't know. Maybe they will. It's not going to be good no matter what. It doesn't. It's still, at the end of the day, I think ends up with Cody winning, which is the wrong decision. But what are you going to do? It's the safe one, the lazy safe one.
Exactly. So. Bayley versus Nia really is just, again, the same thing where Nia is just kind of being down Bayley and getting the upper hand a lot. I forgot what happened this week with Bayley. I think Bayley actually was able to do something. But it's also just focusing a lot on Tiffany now because Tiffany with the briefcase and Nia just making sure she doesn't cash in. So it's like kind of shifting the focus from your women's title match at SummerSlam and you're all focused on the rookie with the Money in the Bank briefcase too much. Like that's fine that's a, watch my back kind of thing, but way too much in my opinion.
Well, it's unfortunate because, maybe I just haven't been paying attention enough, but from what I used to watch for years and what I've been seeing lately, at least on the internet, is it almost seems like Bayley included, like they're trying to get Bayley over more as a face, and it sucks that it seems like they're just lazily leaning on, like, Bayley's got a big butt. Mm-hmm. Look at Bayley's big butt. and like I feel like she's wearing the outfits to pay attention to it. The cameras are showing it more on purpose. And again, maybe I'm not watching enough to know for sure, but just from what I've been seeing online the last few weeks, it seems like they're just like, this is working. Let's do more of this to get her over as a babyface more. And I don't really care for that, but whatever.
Yeah. That's pretty much how I feel about it too. Sammy versus Braun. Nah, Juice. That's just your view.
Yeah, right here I am, going like, I know it's funny because like, you know what it is? Like, okay, so there's a balance between it. Like, it's one thing to like make them, I don't know. I guess I think about like what I said about like Mina and Mariah a few weeks ago, and like just being sexy and whatever. And I guess it's just because for me, like, they're new talents and you're establishing them that way. Whereas with Bailey, it's like we've watched Bailey for so long, and it's never been about that. Like, it's, I don't know, but I just feel like there's other ways to get Bailey over. She's done it before as a babyface.
For sure.
You don't need to rely on her butt to like do it now. But
no,
I think that's also probably just the fandom being like, corn dogs, but whatever. And rant.
Next up, Sammy versus Braun. So that looks like it's just going to be just a good match. The storylines are right. It's Braun pretty much destroying anyone who's getting in his way so he can get the title shot at Sammy. I think this is Braun winning it. I think that's kind of what they're saying up, that now he's like refocused and won't take him as lightly and he wins it. I guess.
I'm over it. I don't know.
I honestly think they should change this into one of those multi-man matches for the IC belt at SummerSlam. It looks like they're doing Pete Dunne getting in with Sheamus a little bit as a rivalry. You can get Dragunov in there. You can get a couple other people in there just so it's not the same rinse and repeat, and still have Braun win it. Like, that's fine too. But I don't know.
Yeah, I'll watch it, but I'm kind of over it. I feel like they just blew it last month, and now I just don't care.
I agree. I think he should have destroyed him last month and have Sammy kind of chase the title.
Yeah. What's he going to do so different? It's going to win this time.
Exactly. Liv versus Rhea has taken the next steps in storyline to try to make Liv the heel and Rhea the face. Did you hear any of Liv's promo?
I mean, I only heard like the tail end of it when she like turned around, showed her ass, and like did her little hair flip. And then I saw when she like walked away crying because Dom chose Rhea, and I think Rhea like licked him, or something.
Strange.
And like, I'm just
killing the man.
Well, just she posted something about that the next day. If you didn't see,
so what Liv said in her whole rant pretty much was saying like, I'm the hot girl and you're not, and guys go for the hot girl and not for like the weird emo girls, but not saying it in those words. She's like, Dom wants me. Dom goes for guys like me, not for girls like you, or girls like me, not for girls like you. Blah 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 blah. And it's just like that doesn't work with Rhea. Like, you've already established her as such like the mommy, the hot blah 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 blah. You can't turn around and I'd be like, well, I'm the hot blonde, and guys are more into the hot blonde than the dominant mommy blah blah. Like, it doesn't make sense. I don't.
Well, it just sounds like it loses the plot with what this was to start.
Because it was a revenge tour. It was supposed to be her getting her payback and shit, and now it's just, like, I get what you're doing, but your promos just aren't backing it up, and it's just not sounding good.
See, one interesting thing, I know they're not going to do it, but one interesting thing that they could do to come out of this is have Rhea and Liv get so out of control and wrapped up in each other that Dom ends up coming out of it with like the mega heel turn, and the two of them are like a babyface tag team again. But it's not going to happen because the women's title's involved, and God forbid they actually like pivot a little bit to do something kind of interesting. But how
dare you? All right,
whatever, man. I'm not going to be convinced that it's one person or the other being the babyface or the heel.
No,
the whole thing's lost the plot at this point.
I'm just hoping it's a good match at this point, because like at this, what else matters?
I'm telling you, man. Dom's gonna screw Rhea.
Oh yeah, for sure. On purpose? Yeah. Is that what you're calling? Like, it's not gonna be an accidental one?
Honestly, I said accidental last show, But after seeing Dom like outright pick Rhea, kind of thinking it's going to be on purpose now.
Yeah, that's what made me change my mind too.
Like,
I agree.
because again, at first I was like, oh, he'll probably try and help accidentally, more drama. But now they like outright said, like, hey, her? Yeah.
Agreed. Logan Paul,
I just don't see Rhea coming out of it with the belt.
Do you think she's winning?
Rhea? No. Rhea should not come out of SummerSlam with the title.
Interesting.
At all.
I don't know if she is or not. Interesting. Logan Paul versus LA Knight. Like I said, I'm just interested in this just to see if LA Knight actually gets the title. That's about it. Next. That's all you have to say about it. Now, this match. At first, I did not like the twist with Seth as a special guest referee. And the more I thought about it, I remember that they haven't done this in a while. And it's something fun and different. They haven't done a special guest ref where like they're actually involved in the whole match and not just running out in the last 5 minutes because the ref got knocked out and they're the special enforcer and now they're the ref, yada yada yada. So like it's cool that they had the special guest referee. Kind of makes sense with the whole story. I didn't like that again. Drew just had a 2-week suspension, didn't really have to show any remorse or anything, and gets a SummerSlam match. But what are you gonna do? Money talks. All you foolish fans giving the money to WWE, that's the problem. And I will be watching.
I just hope that everyone comes out of it healthy and okay, and we actually get like a full-on match.
For real.
Not some like FS hitter shit show kind of thing where Punk's really not ready yet.
I was gonna say, I'm not trying to talk shit on the man, but his last 3 out of 4 have resulted in an injury.
Oh, what matches?
Yeah. Royal Rumble was his last match. Got hurt. The match before that was against Samoa Joe. He was fine. Walked out of that all right. That was all in. That's when he got fired.
Incorrect, Danny. Incorrect.
Oh, the last match was
Samoa Joe? Surprised you got that one wrong. You were there.
Oh, shit. Really? That was... Oh, that's right, because that was the fight and then the suspension, and then he came... Yeah.
That was his, 1 or 2 house show matches he had.
All right, so then I'm wrong. All right, so then the last few matches, he hasn't been hurt.
No, but I get your point. The last few high-profile matches on television have not gone his way.
Yeah.
So he needs a long run to kind of get his wheels going again.
And
so
I'm just a CM Punk fan also, man. I just want to see him, have a long run. I'm not like, is he going to be hurt or not? I'm like, nah, I hope he's not hurt so we can just see, what this story was supposed to be. All these stupid-ass fans are like, he left AEW, blah, blah. Shut the fuck up. Just let the man, I just want it to be a good product. That's it.
Did you see that picture Drew posted today of him with a fan?
Oh, yeah.
You did?
Yeah.
I thought that was really cool. He took the time out of his schedule to take a picture with his fan and really dig at the CM Punk. It turned out to be Jack Perry, if you didn't know.
It took me I'm just staring. I'm like, what the hell is happening right now? Yeah.
He's really I find it funny because Drew will post it, Jack Perry won't post it.
Yeah.
And it's just Punk laughing to the bank. They're never gonna get any of capitalization on that ever.
It's so stupid.
Punk and Drew are capitalizing on it way more.
It's so stupid. And then what I assume is gonna be the main event. Yeah, I assume that's gonna be might be Cody versus Solo, which is unfortunate.
It's gonna be Cody and Solo.
Priest versus Walter, such a great story being told. I'm loving how you don't know what's gonna happen with the Judgment Day. Besides the Rhea and Liv shit, you don't know what Finn's gonna do. Finn's becoming this hothead that you can't control and stuff. And are they gonna break off and make their own Judgment Day? Are they gonna cost Priest the title, or are they gonna just jump him out of the Judgment Day if he loses the title? So many different scenarios you can go with them. It's actually I'm interested. I like it.
Yeah, I mean, from the little I've seen of Walter's promos over the last few weeks, it doesn't feel like it's gonna happen.
You don't think he's gonna win?
I mean, again, this is just purely from the little I've seen online of what's gone viral enough for me to see. I don't get the sense that this is a program where Walter's finally breaking through and beating Priest here. But maybe over the next week or so, when maybe I look and read up more, get more research in on it, I'll change my mind. But right now, I don't think it's happening.
Interesting.
But, again, that's me only going on like half intel. So
no, for sure. I mean, what they're showing on screen is, I'm sure you're seeing the clips of everything, but like it's not showing anything crazy. What I'm not sure what they're gonna do is like, since they've been doing this whole Priest kind of doing the babyface turn and stuff, is that going to be what costs him? Is it going to be like a Will Ospreay kind of thing where like he doesn't go for the kill in the moment and that's what costs him the belt because Finn distracts or he's trying to get Finn and JD out of there or something, like some bullshit like that happens where he's trying to keep it fair and then fucks himself?
So from what I've gathered, it seems like Priest's story with this title run so far is that, okay, they're making him a babyface. He wants to be a babyface, but like he keeps wanting to win and overcome. He wants to keep winning fair and square. And every time he wins and retains, somebody else's bullshit is getting in the way, and he's not ever getting that clean, definitive win as a champion.
Yeah.
And maybe that's why I just keep thinking like this is going to be it. Like this is the ultimate like stacking Walter against him with the "you're poor, I'm better than you" kind of thing. And I just feel like maybe this will be the one.
Does that kill Gunther's momentum then? Like,
because honestly,
he's so unstoppable,
I was going to say
Priest is so weak.
I was going to say it at some point. Again, this is coming from someone that hasn't watched since Mania, but like ever since he lost the IC title, besides winning King of the Ring, I feel like he's done nothing.
He has.
Like, how much momentum does he really have?
Fair.
Is that fair to say?
No, that's 100% fair. King of the Ring. What they did was they gave him so much time off, and they used the King of the Ring to like kind of reignite him in a sense. But like you didn't have to. It's Gunther, so just whenever you show him back up, he's gonna do it. But then after King of the Ring, he hasn't really wrestled. He hasn't really been like he's done promos here and there, but like then he had to wait for everything to die down to then make sure that he can challenge for the title. So like the whole Seth match, Seth Drew CM Punk thing that got in the way of that, like that's what really cooled Gunther off because then he didn't do anything for a couple weeks.
Yeah. So I don't know. I just right now I'm feeling like it's Priest beating him clean.
Interesting.
But we'll see.
All right. Well, really quick, unless you have anything for WWE that you can say in about a minute, we're going to take a quick commercial break right now, and then we will come back and talk. Get out of here. What is happening? Get this out of here.
What did I do?
I can't. Oh, my bad. So, no, it was me. I couldn't get the rating thing off the screen. Anyway,
I'm good.
We're going to take a quick commercial break, and we will be right back. Please don't go anywhere. Take some time to subscribe and stuff.
Get up and stretch. Hydrate.
Hydrate, stretch, whatever you can do. We'll see you guys very, very soon. Please don't go anywhere.
figure probably best just to go in order.
Mm-hmm.
I'll read off what I got. If you have stuff you can think of along the way, we can definitely pause and jump in. Before we do that, I have a quick point of clarification from last week. I need to apologize to Jennifer Lopez and Brandy for my for my error last week. I spoke incorrectly. I misquoted a Brandy song as I misquoted a J-Lo song as a Brandy song. I'm embarrassed. I am ashamed of myself. It was out of line. I apologize to both fandoms.
Now I need to know: did someone call you out, or did you figure it out?
I figured it out, and I was immediately embarrassed.
I love it. That's fantastic.
Just had to clear that up. Thank you, everybody.
I love it.
All right. So, starting with last week, we had MJF and Will Ospreay going near 1 hour for the international title.
Episode 250. Wild start.
I had a feel. It's funny. I had a feeling they were gonna go the limit, but then I forgot it was the title match, and that meant 60 minutes, and then I was like, maybe not. And then they just kept going.
Did you think they were gonna go to a draw?
I did.
You did?
I did. I assumed they were gonna just run it. I assumed they were gonna run it back at Wembley.
Me too.
That's why you assume draw.
Yeah.
But yeah. I mean, I think it was the right call to at least get it on MJF. Obviously, we'll get to that more with last night's episode. But I think it was the right call to pull off that moment and kind of give it to MJF there, especially that close. I love them running back the oxygen tank bit like they did with Danielson with the Iron Man. He's like, easy dub, best match of my life. And he's just like falling apart.
That was great.
I love the little girl that was beating the shit out of MJF mid-match in the crowd. I thought that was hysterical.
She really laid some shots into it.
That was so good, though. Apparently, Ospreay gave her a shirt after the show.
That's so funny. That's great. That girl
to show support. Everything. I thought that was great. I had a suggestion that I posted online for the one MJF. You probably won't see it. They probably won't do it. But you know how Adam Cole does the Panama Sunrise?
Yes.
Now they're calling when MJF is doing it. I forget what they're calling. I think they're calling it the Long Island Sunrise or something like that, right? I always said they should just rename it the Sunrise Highway. I think that would be more apropos with Long Island, but I don't think enough people would get it.
Yeah.
So they probably won't do it, but
that's a good.
I tweeted at him. I was like, "Yo, MJF," and
let me know.
Who knows?
And then he didn't answer. You get one of these from the podcast, so you get some big claps. So congratulations.
I'll take it. Woo!
I thought the match was great. I thought they made the right call. I finally not a lot, really no Iron Man match ever comes down to the limit like that, where the last or Iron Man match, time limit draw
1 hour
goes down to the limit like that, where it's he gets to counter the submission in the last final second or two. So that was also a really nice change of pace. And yeah, I think it was just a great call, easy way to get the belt off Ospreay. And then I assume MJF retains at Wembley. I don't know.
We'll get to that. We'll get to that
a while away.
In a bit.
We'll see. All right. Continuing with 250 then. They only had 3 matches.
They did, and that was okay.
Which was crazy.
Was an hour long.
I was shocked. Especially once the first match was an hour long, I was like, wow, they only announced a few matches. Maybe they're not adding shit to this. This is very, very interesting. I thought it was a good call. I really liked it, so I'm not upset by it at all.
Yeah, no, it was good. The Learning Tree segment fell a little flat for me.
Of course it did.
Not just because of the Learning Tree in general, but the ending to it. Because so if you don't recall, so it ended with Minoru Suzuki coming out, and only Minoru Suzuki getting in Jericho's face, headbutting Jericho, taking him out, and then Big Bill and Brian Keith kind of just stand there and help Jericho up, and Suzuki just walks out and leaves. It was very weird. I get they didn't want to get the heat back on Learning Tree, and they wanted it felt very off to one guy lays out one heel and the other 2 heels just stand there.
Yeah, I agree.
I don't know that.
Especially after you just
off.
said they're not allowed to ringside, you would think they were getting their leg snapped since they can't get in the following week. So that was a little weird to me. Also, I didn't like that either.
Yeah. What did I write here? I loved Okada folding from Mercedes immediately. when she was doing her dance, and he was all like, "Whew, whew." He's just like me. He's just like me. I get it, Okada. I get it. I get it, my brother.
He relates.
Oh, I get it. There's anybody I can relate to, it's Kazuchika Okada.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you can't relate to watching Mercedes Renee and getting a little hot, I don't know what you're watching.
Whew, oh my, the vapors. My last note for last week's Dynamite was, what did you think? Did you see the quote unquote controversy with Tony Schiavone with Mariah May?
I loved it. Mariah May was a bitch. He's 100% right. That was hilarious how the commentators are also like called him out like, "Whoa, Tony, you can't say that." I'm like, that's great. This is fantastic. This is what you like. What did he say that was wrong? You all felt it. Don't deny it.
This is the rare moment where I was like, "Oh my God, I'm on Tony Schiavone's side.
Poor Tony.
I'm defending him." Nah, he did nothing wrong, man. He's doing his job.
Right?
Listen,
That's
man,
what I'm saying.
He's supposed to be heels. Like, hate these motherfuckers. You know?
No, and she did a despicable act the way she turned on Tony and just beat her with her shoe and stuff. Like, that's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
No, that's so silly that everyone's getting all crazy about it. He didn't even like go that off the chain with it. He just said bitch. Like, they say worse stuff all the time. I don't understand.
Yeah, people are just soft.
That's so stupid. They just want a reason to get upset.
Yeah. So Rampage, I had some quick notes about Rampage. I feel like, I don't know if do you watch every week or do you skip some weeks?
I skip some weeks.
I
only watch when you say it's a really good one.
Okay, fair enough. Well, this week's was decent. I enjoyed it a lot, but my problem with them is I think they need to go back to just being 3 matches on the show. I'd rather 3 matches that are all about the same length of time than 5 matches where 2 of them are like 2-3 minutes long. Like, it just I don't care.
To be honest with you, I think that's another reason why I stopped watching, because some of when they started increasing matches, they were becoming like shorter, and I was like, all right, if we're just gonna watch squash matches for an hour, I'm good. I don't need to waste my time.
Yeah, they're squishing too much in, and I like them when they're just 3 matches, 1 hour, maybe 1 segment. So like that's you can, and maybe depending on the length of the 3, you can fit 1 more squash. That's the most you should do.
Yeah,
it shouldn't be 2 squashes back to back, which they do sometimes. But I found it funny because, like, you know, when they do like the establishing crowd shots of people, like "Welcome to Rampage," blah blah blah. I noticed this particular week, I don't know who was in charge of editing, but they showed the most boring shots of the crowd. Like, if you go and just watch the first like minute of Rampage, when they're like, "Welcome to Rampage, the wildest hour of Friday night," the crowd's just sitting there like,
be careful, man. You're gonna get all the IWC to be like, "See, yeah, AEW fans are the worst. They don't even sell at the stadiums, yada yada yada." You're just feeding into that narrative, man.
They had 2 days at minimum to at least find a decent shot of somebody cheering.
No.
And they went with that. It was bad. Like, this is bad.
Well, that's because now they have fans like Freebird who says Rampage Jackson and Squishy Squash. You know what I mean? Like, what are we supposed to do with that?
A true fan of the show, clearly.
What am I supposed to do with that? What do I
think we're supposed to move on to the next point.
That's fair.
So, one thing that kind of bugged me, and probably only me because nobody else in the world probably watches Ring of Honor, but they clearly have been doing a story the last few weeks with Learning Tree, where 1 week they took out Hook, then they took out Shibata, then they took out Joe, and now they're all on TV, right? So obviously I'm jumping a little bit ahead here. So Shibata came back on AEW TV last night.
What?
And like, I know. And the whole thing is, it's supposed to be like they're out for a while, they're injured or whatever. And I was watching Ring of Honor last week's episode, which was taped like even before then. Like, Shibata just comes out on Ring of Honor completely fine and just wrestles. And they're like, Shibata's back in Ring of Honor. He's here. And he just won and he beat somebody. And like, listen, I love Shibata, but I was just like, why are you bringing him back here? Like, you know, he's out, hurt.
It's one of those things because, like you just said, I feel like not a lot of people watch Ring of Honor, so they weren't worried about the continuity or anything of it.
Yeah, I don't know. Just that just bugged me. But again, I'm sure I'm one of like maybe hundreds, if lucky, that probably was like, "What the fuck is he doing here?" But whatever. So Collision. What did you think of Collision?
I really like Collision. I thought it was a really good Collision. I'm very happy that my dad won the trios title. I'm I'm hoping Christian will adopt me. So anytime I can give him some positive airtime, I will. I think he did a really good match. Very just good finish. And then they are doing the face turn for Bullet Club, I think, really well. I think they're just like really feeding into the fans, like liking them, and then the way they made them lose on Saturday really is gonna go more into the face turn. So I like it. What else happened?
Do you notice the lights flicker afterwards?
Yeah. Do you think that was on purpose?
Yeah, it's House of Black for sure. That's definitely what they were doing there. They were just like, we're still here, kind of like, don't forget about us. That's what I think. Yeah,
I mean, I'm hoping it was on purpose, but part of me, like the pessimist in me, is like, they fucked up. Like, why did they flicker the lights? But I did also like the FTR promo that they're pretty much calling their shot for All In, which I think tells us that Acclaimed is going to be challenging for the belt, obviously sooner rather than later. Unfortunately, looks like they're going to lose if FTR is calling their shot now. But I don't know. Maybe they put the belts on Acclaimed and have a swerve. I don't know.
I'm going to say something. Might be a little controversial. A little bit of a hot take. I don't know. I have no interest in seeing FTR versus the Bucks again at Wembley this year.
I don't. I really don't.
I don't. The second they said that, I was like, no, please.
Kevin last said, uh-oh, and then laughed. All right, so he's okay. I think he agrees.
I'm just saying, man. Like, you just did it last year, and I don't need to see the current iteration. Like, give me some other tag teams, bro. Get them involved. Like give Private Party their swing, man. Give these other teams that are going a shot. Like, I mean, I love FTR. Bucks, whatever, man. I've said what I said. But, like, there's so many tag teams deserving. Let's go. Come on. Do something.
No, I agree.
I don't want to see that there.
I agree. I don't mind if one of the two teams are obviously in there, but you don't need both of them face off again. It doesn't make sense. Like, the rivalry's kind of over. And give it more time. If you want to revive it, you got to give it some space. Like, you can't go right back to the trilogy right after finishing the trilogy. Like, it doesn't make sense.
One thing I'm trying to keep in mind this year that I wasn't really thinking of so much last year, and it seems like they weren't either, AEW, is All In is like 2 weeks after All Out.
Yeah.
I mean, All Out's 2 weeks after All In. So you can easily do FTR, Bucks at All Out, keep Acclaimed and FTR at All In. You know?
Which
that's what
I'd be fine with also. But they specifically said Wembley. So I don't know if that
that's
makes
what I'm saying. Like, no. Like, I just no interest personally.
And Kevin Last also said he was surprised I went that way again. So you're not the only one.
Yeah.
You're not the only one, Juice.
I don't know. I think someone's going to step in and roadblock him. It can't happen, man. It can't. Yeah. All right. So I have another problem. And I know I'm in the minority here.
You're too much in the minority tonight.
I know.
Bet you're not used to that.
But
got him.
I'm not happy about this. I miss Elton John's Saturday nights are all right for fighting immensely.
Nope.
The Collision theme, but the new one is fine. No problems with it. But the Elton John theme, man, when that came on Saturday nights, it made me happy. I got the vibe. I'm like, here we go. Nice Saturday night, just chilling at home, watching some wrestling. I loved it. I dug it. I miss it. I think they made a big mistake getting rid of it, but I guess it's the money. But again, I'm in a minority here.
It just isn't a wrestling song to me. It didn't get me hyped up at all. It
got me hyped.
Made me want to call my mom.
All right, what's wrong with calling your mom? You got a problem with moms? Why are you throwing fists?
Because it's Saturday night to fight, so I gotta call my mom and fight her now.
You fight your mom? Okay. With that though, like, I just felt like the first hour of the show was cursed. Like, after that, like, the audio issues were terrible. Like, you can barely hear anybody on a microphone.
Mm-hmm.
They got to fix that. 'Cause this is also the residency. They're going to be in that location for the next month.
A month?
For Collision and I think Ring of Honor, that's their home base.
Like for a while.
They're going to have to, I don't know. I mean, I'm assuming they're going to fix it. But if they don't fix it this weekend, then they're in trouble because it's bad.
Is there an update?
Stage is fine.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, you were saying?
I was jumping ahead to a different match. Go ahead. You were talking.
No, I was just saying the stage was fine. I liked the little stage. I liked the look of the place. It felt weird for AEW. I think for Ring of Honor, that place will work permanently. But seeing like AEW a little smaller.
It just
felt a little weird,
yeah,
but
yeah, exactly. I felt like you blacked it out in the back on purpose, and it just seemed too blacked out. So like you only saw the first 5 rows. It seemed a little it didn't seem right. But also it also seemed more like a stage than like an arena with a ring. Like the way it was shot and stuff.
There were no bleachers.
Yeah.
Nobody was going up. It was literally just floor.
Yeah. So it just seemed like a big stage. It was very interesting. Keverlast said it happened quick last night with MJF. I'm assuming he's talking about the technical issues again. And they got to get the mics and sound right for TV, just like you were saying.
Yeah. Yeah, it's rough.
I was going to ask, any update on Sky Blue's injury? Because that was bad. I was so sad. Because we were just talking about how hyped we were for her, too.
That was when I texted you saying this is the worst collision I've ever watched. That was the moment. Because actually, no, maybe a little bit later. We'll get to that in a second. But like that happened. Well, because first I lost Elton John. Then the audio was fucked up. Then I didn't really like the setup with all the fans. Then Sky Blue gets hurt.
Yeah,
then the next match, Ray Phoenix's knee gets tweaked.
Yeah.
And I was like, we're done. Wrap it up. Everybody just go home, take the week, and we'll try again next Saturday. It was really rough that first hour.
And I never know if he's actually hurt or not, because like he'll still wrestle hurt, so he still finished the match stuff. I'm like, all right, maybe he's not that bad. Then I'm gonna find out tomorrow he like tore his ACL or some shit. Like it's gonna be wild.
Yeah. And luckily it looks like he's okay. But in terms of Sky Blue, I think they said it was her ankle. She does have it like cast, like wrapped up in a cast.
Shit.
Don't know a timetable, but it seems like it's gonna probably be a bit.
The way she folded, man, like whatever it wasn't gonna be good. Like it literally folded under her. It looked so bad. How did we feel about Hologram's debut?
Hologram, good for him.
Good
old Ricochet. Good old Ricochet getting his licks in.
Do you think
that's
Ricochet?
No, it's not Ricochet.
I was gonna say I don't think the tattoos match at all. Does he even have?
They do not. No, it's not Ricochet. So it's actually, if you don't know, it's actually a wrestler called Aramis.
No idea.
So he's been a wrestler for a while, and this is a gimmick that apparently Tony Khan came up with like years ago, and he's wanted to use it like his own original luchador gimmick for AEW TV, and he's finally implementing it now with this wrestler Aramis.
Awful.
What do you mean awful?
The gimmick is just so stupid. Hologram.
I mean, okay, like
no.
The
wrestler wasn't awful. The match was good, especially Lucha Libre. I love Lucha Libre wrestling, so I like the match. I think he did really well. I think it was just whoever that Gringo guy was actually also a really good wrestler, and they should probably try to sign him. Gringo wrestler is pretty good. Kevin Last said, "Fucking TK must have been doing some heavy drugs." Yeah, that's how you got
he's
the
a hologram.
Exactly.
Not even real. He could run through the wrestler. Yeah, no offense, no defense. Listen, man. I mean, this is not. I know I hate on like Lucha Libre, but this is not that far off from a gimmick that would debut in like AAA or CMLL.
100%. This is a very think of a comic book or a video game gimmick and try to act it out as best as possible. 1,000%. Still don't like it.
It's totally fine.
Still think
I have no problem.
I
have no problem with the name as long as they don't start.
It's the same as the Suicide gimmick. I love the wrestler. I loved Suicide matches, but the gimmick of Suicide was cringy and a bad gimmick. I don't think that was the right way to go, but that's just my take on that. So that's what it kind of reminds me of. Not so cringy, just it's a bad gimmick. It's a good wrestler. He's gonna be fine. Eventually he'll break out of this gimmick, but no, this is a kid's gimmick. Hologram is for kids. It's not for us.
All right. Well, I'll ask you this: he hasn't said one word yet. We don't know the gimmick. It's not like he's gone on the mic and been like, I am from the year 2247 in a different dimension, and I jumped through the portal to come here and say hello to all of you from the future. If he does shit like that, then yes. His gimmick right now isn't really anything. It's just.
But then that's the next question: what should his gimmick be? Because
I don't think it needs to be anything. I mean,
then what's the whole point of doing this?
Because it's that idea. They did the same thing with Ricochet and kind of with Pac and other luchadors in WWE. It's the idea of a man in a mask. He's making his own superhero. He can do all these earth-defying, death-defying things in the ring, and That's all. It's not that complicated,
Kevlar
man.
Last, you're right. He's a hologram. Well, I don't know why I don't understand that. I apologize. I just don't get it.
Kevin's
He's a
right.
hologram. You're right. He just yelled at me. He's a hologram.
He's right.
My bad.
Right.
Anything else from Collision you want to talk about?
Yeah, I had two more things here. So when I don't know if you remember this or recognized it, but when Roderick Strong came out on Collision, was it just me or did he look like really, really sad? He looked like he was either just crying or about to cry. Like, again, if you go back and watch Collision, just watch his entrance. He looks like he was like just.
It's probably just because it's another week where he's just like looking around. It's like, what happened? What happened to this stable that was supposed to like run the company? Where's Wardlow? Where's Adam Cole? Where's MJF?
I think he was going through.
What's happening?
Where's MJF? I think he was going through the same thing that I was going through. I think he was going through withdrawal of Elton John's theme. I think the Sky Blue injury wrecked him. I think Phoenix getting a little hurt. I think he was just like, I'm done.
He was just, as a wrestling fan, just really feeling it.
It was rough times.
I don't know, man. I think it's that his boy and his muscle aren't there, so he's just like sad and scared all the time.
Rough, which is a great match, by the way. But yeah, my last note was the Lumberjack match. Again, this is a. God damn it, Danny! No.
Okay.
Lumberjack.
That's sexist.
It is not sexist. It's a lumberjack.
They're women, and I don't know any women named Jack.
All right, we're off the path here. So my point being related to once again Ring of Honor that I know hundreds of people probably care about in the world, but in terms of Ring of Honor, so the Lumberjacks, when they all started fighting and getting into it, 4 of them that were fighting, it was Diamante and Layla Hirsch going at it, and then you had Billy Starks and Red Velvet going at it. Now, those women are all fighting each other at Ring of Honor, Death Before Dishonor, tomorrow night. And they started fighting, and they had it on camera, and it was clearly there to, like, show that story and that feud. And I couldn't help but notice, like, none of the announcers even, like, commented or acknowledged it. Like, if Excalibur was there, he would have said, like, oh, hey, they're going at it, and they're fighting a Ring of Honor Death Before Dishonor this Friday night. Because, again, it was just a brawl at that point. You could have thrown that in there.
That's what I was gonna say though. You don't have the play-by-play guy. You have 2 color commentators on Saturday. It really was, as much as I love Nigel and like as much as I love him picking on Tony and stuff, and they have like a decent rapport. When it's just the 2 of them and no one like bringing the attention back to the action and giving us like the fun facts. Like I love Excalibur's like little facts here and there because he tells us stuff like that. He does be like, oh, Ring of Honor, these 4 ladies are blah, 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 and they've done this and this is going to be heated.
And again, like you'd think you'd want to promote that pay-per-view because it's going to be in that building in a week.
Right.
Like mention that. And like,
but it's
again,
weird
that's why
they
I don't
only
like
mention it when it comes to the men. When it comes to, they mention Strong, they mention Briscoe. They mention all that, but they don't mention any of the other matches. It's strange.
Yeah,
they don't hype up the pay-per-view.
Like,
they just hype up their wrestlers on the pay-per-view, which also doesn't make sense because, Tony, you bought the company. It's not like this is TNA where you're not hyping up the TNA pay-per-view. You're just saying, like, your wrestler might be there. This is your fucking company that you want people watching. Hype up the goddamn pay-per-view on Friday that, honestly, if they didn't tell me that Strong and Briscoe were fighting, I probably wouldn't know the fucking pay-per-view was happening.
Well, no, that's not fair.
I'm being sarcastic.
Okay, I'm just saying because that one they actually did do on Collision. Strong won a title shot on Collision.
Yeah. I'm just
saying,
joking, but like they don't hype it up as much as they should for someone who owns the company and wants to hopefully make money from it.
No, that's true, and that's why I just don't think Shivani should be a play-by-play guy. Like Nigel, it's not Nigel's job to promote that. It's Shivani should have done it. I don't know how much TK is in his ear, if at all. Saying like what to say when.
Yeah,
but, like,
Shivani's so bad at trying to remember stuff. I used to not be a Shivani hater. I'm jumping on the bandwagon. I think soon because like it's just getting bad. WCW Shivani, I love this Shivani. I'm not a fan of. All right, Collision last night. Holy shit!
Dynamite.
I
was like, is it Sunday?
Collision. Dynamite last night.
Yes, so Dynamite
was crazy. I have such mixed feelings about the main event. I don't know if we want to start there. I don't know if we want to start earlier. You tell me, where do you want to start?
Wherever you want. We can start with that if you want.
Yeah, we'll start with the main event then. So,
yeah,
I feel like it was overbooked before the match started. And then when it started all unfolding, it kind of made sense, but like, I don't know. I don't think the right team won, first off. I'm just going to say that right off the bat. I think the Elite should have won. The way they were showing all the dissension on both teams, to me, it made more sense that the AEW would break down more than Team Elite would have broken down, because especially with the pre-match fucking promo and stuff. Because even with Briscoe like getting in there and trying to hype him up, he really didn't they didn't look hyped up. Like Shivani and all them were like, oh, they got it, and Taz were like, yeah, Briscoe brought them all back together. I'm like, did he though? Because Darby just walked off. Swerve wasn't really looking that hyped. Maybe one member of the Acclaimed was banging on the wall, but I don't think they were both like, oh, let's fucking go. Like, I don't know. It just looked a little strange. You knew the whole Hangman thing was happening where he was going to just wait till Swerve, so I didn't mind that. I didn't mind the handcuff thing. I thought was cool. But then Matt going at him and like threatening to fire him, too much. Like, slow it down a little bit. You have it all unfolding well. You don't need to like threaten to fire him. Just pull him in the fucking ring or something, or get Swerve on. I don't know. I just feel like some of it was overbooked. The ending was cool. It was a different ending. I liked it. But I don't know. I'm so mixed on if I liked the match or not overall. So I'm interested to see what you feel about it.
So the pre-match stuff, the way you were saying it, my first thought is they got you. They got you with the booking. That's exactly what they want. Because I thought the same thing, but that's what they want you to think.
Yeah.
That's so I have no problem with that.
And sorry, really quick. And it made sense the way they did the pre-match with the way Swerve like story in the match unfolded. Because then like he kind of had to prove himself and really show how much he desired to help him, blah, blah. So go ahead, continue.
Oh, I loved the match. I thought it was hands down the best blood and guts they've done yet.
Interesting.
I hated last year's. Last year's
was terrible.
Like I specifically remember the Golden Elite winning. None of them were bleeding, and they won. And I was like, "What the fuck is this?" Like that's stuck in my head.
Blood
the
and
image
guts
of the
with no
five
blood.
of them, like celebrating, but all being like white and not bleeding. So whatever. But this year's, I loved it. I thought it was a home run. I loved the booking throughout. With the back and forth, and I didn't even mind the whole "we'll fire you, get in your" kind of thing. We had a deal. They were telling perfect stories. My only problem with the match was I loved the ending, and I think the right team won. I'm not saying it as a hater. I do think the right team won at this point because they just won it double or nothing. Odds are they're all going to win it all in, so they can take the loss here. In my opinion. And
that makes sense.
Also, so what I didn't like about it was, and it's unfortunate because it looks like one, Darby couldn't find the microphone quick enough, and two, the gas can wasn't in the right spot.
Yeah, he had to ask the ref. Like specifically,
so,
he went in and like you saw him interacting with the ref to get the gas can. That was annoying.
So that kind of, for me, killed the momentum of the finish because once he got handcuffed, I got hyped because immediately I was like, as soon as he got handcuffed, I knew Team AEW was going to win.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, fuck. I'm like, they're going to get the flamethrower. They're going to tease it. Then the Bucks. So I saw it in my head already. Like the Bucks are going to say, we quit. Like to save him from getting the flamethrower, which they wouldn't have done clearly. So that's what I thought they were going to do. But then when he couldn't find underneath, I was like, all right. And so then it kind of went a little too long. And so I kind of lost the heat of like, high of a win, but
and that same thing almost happened a little bit with the Swerve part when they were trying to when Jared was trying to unlock him. That reminded me of, if you remember, Owens and Roman when they took forever to unlock Owens, and like that was a shit show.
Yeah,
like
they couldn't get him off.
Stop with these handcuffs; they're not working with you guys. Get a bolt cutter and just do it quicker. Like anytime you bring a key, you're just rushing it too much, and it's not working.
Yeah. Yeah, I loved it. I mean, it set up Darby and Perry at All In.
What was your favorite spot? There were a bunch of crazy ones. I can name 3 off the top of my head that like stood out to me, and I'm probably missing one or two because there were so many.
I love the spot where, and I think it was planned, but planned or not, I love the spot where Mark Briscoe hit Perry with the chair right in the head.
Yes. Okay.
I know everyone online is like going nuts over that, but like, come on, clearly it was a gimmick chair. It was the only chair that said scapegoat on it, so they knew, hey, this is the chair to use.
And that shit
like,
bent. That shit it wasn't. That shit wrapped around. Like, come
like,
on.
Relax. But like, I didn't see it coming, and so like, I like that. I mean, the coffin drop off the cage was awesome.
Yep.
Darby's just fucking amazing, man.
Psychopath,
I love him. He's honestly, I mean, in terms of like, I consider him an AEW original. Is like someone as like I didn't know prior to AEW.
Exactly.
He's like number one for me, man. I love the guy. He's so fucking good in that ring.
Then you had Anthony Bowen going through those tables, going off the corner.
That was good.
That was pretty crazy. Mm-hmm. I think my favorite though, just because like pretty nuts and everything broke, which made me happy, was when he got sandwiched between the two barbed wire planks, and then they hit the top rope move on him, and the plank just shattered on top. I was like, oh, that's a good look. Like the way everything unfolded, even if he's not bleeding like crazy, the way everything unfolded was a really, really good look. So I like that a lot.
I don't know how many got in his mouth, but the thumbtacks in the mouth spot always gets me. That is always like, like.
Oh, and then when Darby jumped off with the skateboard and left thumbtacks in there, like they broke off the skateboard. That was fucking crazy too. Yeah, man. I think the more I talk about it, I liked it. I think I was just with the way they were telling the story, but like I'm not unhappy with it. Just I felt like it was a lot, but not in a bad way, I guess.
Yeah, and it was a very EVP way to quit too. Like the whole like let's get out of here. Like stop. So like. You can almost feel like they didn't.
Yeah, like not that he's like, this is getting out of control. We got to cut this shit out already.
Yeah. So this next point's going to be a little mean. It's going to be a little mean, but I couldn't help but think it. So at one point in the beginning of the match, Darby and Harry are fighting on the outside in the crowd, and I don't know if you saw him. There's this fan in a wheelchair, like the motorized wheelchair, the big fan. Did you see him?
I don't know what you're thinking, but I know what fan you're talking about. He was so big.
Instantly, the first thing I thought was, I want Darby Allin to do a coffin drop off that fan onto Jack Perry. And I wanted it so bad, and they didn't do it. So if I had one negative note about the match, that was it. They didn't do a coffin drop off the fan.
Imagine a fan like in a wheelchair or something just direct messages Darby and is like, I will sign whatever you want me to sign. Please do a move off of me onto your opponent.
Hey, that fan probably would have gone nuts over it. If 100%. You haven't seen it, I'll send it to you after the show. Have you ever seen the video of Seth Rollins doing the moonsault off of the fan?
No.
All right, I'm gonna send it to you after the show. This is pre WWE.
Yeah,
like it's this fucking.
Assume so.
It's this like big fan in the crowd, and Seth just runs up to him and kicks off of him and does a moonsault onto his opponent. It's the funniest shit. But.
All right,
yeah.
And then
so that was blood and guts.
And lived up to the name. Loved it. That was great. What did we think about? Since I mentioned Jeff Jarrett, he had a little promo, a little segment with Bryan Danielson, and it was a little strange to me, but like, I guess just to get Jarrett TV time.
My first thought was, man, I really hope he doesn't. My first thought was, man, I really hope he doesn't win Royal Rampage.
Jarrett, God, I hope he doesn't win Royal Rampage. He's gonna ruin.
I mean, that was my first thought. I'm like, why are they
for us?
Yeah.
Him in the mid.
So
listen, I said during the Owen Hart tournament, I didn't think he should make the finals. I didn't think he should be the number one contender. I think he should have won one match, and that was it. I do not want to see him in the main event. I do not want to see him going for the championship at Grand Slam. None of that.
I'm just curious where it goes. I don't know where you really go with it, but we'll see.
MJF started off the show pretty much just running down Ospreay and saying how easy the match was, and he beat him like 30 seconds. Pretty easy, fun stuff. Ends with Ospreay coming out and saying that he was able to book a match for All In. So the rematch is booked, and we're off and running.
Oh, it's probably not that much of a surprise, but I'm gonna say something again that might be a little bit of a hot take, but I'm I'm officially over MJF stick.
Already?
I'm what do you mean already? He's basically regressed to what he's always been, and like
You don't like
I
the
have no interest
American
in really.
Championship?
So I appreciate the story that they're going to be able to tell now with MJF doing this. So, here's the thing: I'm done with him on the mic. I can't stand it anymore. It's the same fucking shit.
It is
Like,
a
it's
lot of
funny
rinse and
to
repeat.
it's funny to an extent, but it just feels like I don't know, man. I'm just burnt on it. I'm listening to him cut these promos, and he's doing the same stuff when he was world champion. He's like, oh, like the workhorses defended this. Blah. I'm never going to defend it, and like everything he's saying is the same like bullet points, and there's no growth there. And I kind of was hoping he would have come out of all of this a little bit evolved, and it's just the same stuff. And like I'm all for this ride of the next month.
Pretty much.
Yeah, I'm all for this ride of the next month of like the American champion. Like the flag made me laugh. Like I like the belt. I like the American champion thing going into All In with Ospreay beating him for it back as in the UK. I don't think MJF should hold it past All In. I think he just got it for this program and the pop to beat him back.
Yeah.
So I'm fine with all of that. I'm fine with him as a heel. I'd rather him as a heel than whatever he was being when he came back. That like Uber face thing. So maybe I just don't know what I want from MJF anymore, but it's the truth, man. Like I listen to him talk and I'm just like, bro, like I don't know. I think he needed to change and evolve in some way, and he just hasn't.
I think the other problem is also we were just talking about how Gunther like does the whole poor thing better than him, and then like the first 2 or 3 sentences is just the poor line. I'm just like, like now that I've even called you out on it, it really doesn't stick anymore. It doesn't land as good. Like I don't mind you're a poor and like that catchphrase, but like apply it better. Apply it.
Yeah, that's the thing. There's so many. Like he obviously applies to a certain fan and a demographic and like a market of like what's funny and what can work, and some of his stuff is still funny. Like some of it hits. I'm not going to knock every single word he says, but like he did the line where he was like, oh, your grandma died recently and now you can be dug in a grave next to her, and I'm like, all right, Christian would have said that a million times better like any other week. So it's just that's the problem, man. Like there's so much nuance.
Even Nick Wayne had like a good line on Collision. I'll give him credit. Did you see that backstage thing where he was just like, "Yo, your dad died. Grow up." And I was like, that's good. That's a good one because you're Nick Wayne,
and like Ospreay saves it in the end, so I'll give that credit at least. But like, I also really didn't like him putting the belt in the trash, like. To me, that is always like a WCW level, like no go. Just don't do that booking thing in any company. Just don't do it. It's bad optics ever. But again, they saved it by instantly. Like Ospreay took the belt out. He says he gave it back to TK. Like it's clearly still the international title. So it gave MJF his heat. It did its job, but like I just didn't care for it.
Yeah, you gotta be careful with that. That runs it close. Like again, you're right. I always think of Alundra Blaze and the women's belt and stuff, and like look how well that did for her career in WCW. So yeah, no, I agree.
So I have 3 more things to talk about. I don't know what you got, but
nope.
By all means.
Nope, I got nothing else.
Okay. So Tony Storm came back. Now I need to ask you: did you see the scar that they were talking about on commentary? Okay, because apparently it was on her right side. But all they kept showing was her left.
Mm-hmm.
So I got
I was trying to look for it too because they were mentioning it and I couldn't see it.
Yeah. It's like she had a little makeup here, and I was like, that's makeup. That's not a scar. Don't bullshit me.
I hope that's
but
not
then
what
I
they're
saw,
trying to say.
No. But like on her right side, she had something like right here kind of going. It looked like a light pink. So I think that was the scar, but they did a shit job of even like getting it on camera
at all. I did love her line of like, I hope you're ready to die. I was like, Tony, let's fucking go.
Yeah, that was good. And then my last note for Last Night's Dynamite, Camille.
Did you say you had 3 notes?
I did. My last note for last night is Camille. Debuting with Mercedes Moné as her muscle against Britt Baker.
That was pretty legit.
Yeah, are you familiar with Camille at all?
No, but I was thinking of how much I love that, like, big man, small man. Like, I always love that Shawn Michaels Diesel kind of like bodyguard relationship. Like when Nia and Bliss were doing it, that's the only time I really kind of liked Nia because I want to see how like that storyline was going. So I always liked the big man little man dynamic, and I love Mercedes having it makes sense. Like how have you not had a bodyguard yet? This one looks like China. Like this one looks like really reminds me of China. Just this big brolic woman who's gonna beat the shit out of you, and like I believe that she's gonna fucking beat the shit out of anyone who comes near Mercedes Moné. It's great.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so she's good. I seen her in NWA wrestle a bunch. She used to be paired up with Nick Aldis in NWA during that time. But yeah, I think she's going to be a good hire. I'm glad she got on TV now. Now it begs the question. I don't know about you, but the first thing I thought when she debuted was, okay, here comes Jamie Hayter.
Why?
Well, now you got 2-on-1. You got Camille being Mercedes muscle. Britt's the babyface getting beat up. Wembley's coming up. What better time than bring back Jamie Hayter than in the UK?
Fair. Yeah. And
Or
I guess,
shortly
you
before
can
him.
use that old relationship. Yeah, that makes sense.
That was my first thought. So I think Hayter is a month from now is back for sure. I'll be shocked if she's not back a month from now.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
And last
so any
thought
more?
take us home.
I'll say any more AEW thoughts you had or no?
No, that's all I got.
Okay. My last note is just a wrestling news item. Wanted to, we could talk about it on here for a little bit. Is Bobby Lashley and MVP?
Yeah.
Their contracts are ending, and apparently WWE he's not going to be renewing with them.
I mean, that makes sense. They literally haven't done shit with him. They tried to make him get the new Hurt Business and then didn't. So I don't even know why that fell through. But
oh, don't you mean the Pride?
The Pride, yeah. Sorry, the Pride. God damn it.
Stupid name.
So I don't want him in AEW. I feel like every time there's another big name, we kind of say like they're oversaturated. They don't have room for the big names they have now. Like, I don't know. But I also like, how are they not going to sign him an MVP? Like, that's just money right there. Signing those two guys.
Yeah, I've never been a fan of his, and I'm dumbfounded at the amount of people that love him and think he's like amazing. I just don't see it. Like, yeah, okay, he's a big talented guy, but like the big look rather. I wouldn't want to say talented. I don't think he's that talented. He can't talk for shit.
I think he can go in the ring. I think he's. I don't think he can have a bad match, but he can definitely have a good match. Like I think he's had more good than bad. I haven't heard him like dangerous or like he doesn't get like a.
He's
lot
just
of, like,
dull. He's dull in there.
matches.
Like he brings nothing to the table. I don't think like if you're gonna sign him just to get MVP and Shelton, like that's bullshit. Like because apparently there's like, oh, they start the Hurt Business in AEW again, and I'm like, I don't want to see that shit, man.
Also, I don't want to see that because like that was very specifically a WWE thing, right? So like it's not like the Hurt Business was a big faction that kind of outgrew WWE. Like that stayed there, it died there. Yeah. Like it will only work in WWE, I think. So
yeah, like at least the Undisputed Kingdom, like all those guys were like together pre NXT, and like the only thing they really stole from that is the word undisputed. Like, you know what I mean? Like Fish, O'Reilly, Cole, Strong, they were all connected in one way or another pre NXT. So yeah, but yeah, you're right though, because it was so contained in WWE. But I really don't want to see it. I'll be really bummed out if he shows up.
I say let him go back to TNA, something like that. You know, he thrived there. I'm cool with that.
It's just interesting because, like, if he doesn't want to resign and he doesn't go to AEW, like, what are you not resigning for? Like, are you going to go to Japan? Like, are you really going to go to TNA again?
Japan
like,
might not be a bad call because Japan, you don't need to be good on the mic. You just need to be able to throw little guys around, and that'll work for him. And MVP likes Japan. I do think they go together. I don't think they separate. I do think they're going together.
I don't know. It's just interesting because MVP was done before he signed this last deal. If you remember, like he only came in to do the Rumble, so his kids can see him do the Rumble, and then that was going to be it. And then they signed him for like a day, and then a week, and then COVID hit, and then he started working the pandemic shows. So he kind of fell into this run by accident. So I wouldn't be surprised if MVP didn't like keep going. He might just be done, honestly.
Which I'd be fine with also. Like, good for him. He's had a good
I
career.
always
so
liked
wouldn't be upset
MVP.
by
I
that.
always liked him.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think he's earned it if he chooses to. I think Brock is more valuable with MVP. So Bobby is more valuable with MVP. So I hope like Lashley
what?
finds a way. Imagine. I hope Lashley, like, for Lashley's sake, finds a way to get MVP to like stay on board for something. But we'll see. I don't know. But it wasn't one of those where I was hyped like to see where he signs. It was more like, cool, he's not resigning. Thank God. Like, the Triple H regime bites another one. That's a conversation for a different podcast.
Next week.
That'll be my blind rank. Which
wrestlers that Triple H
which black wrestler did Triple H fuck over worse? There's a long list of them, bro, so we can choose. We got at least 5.
Out of 20. Here we go.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah. With that being said, next Tuesday, because Juice has a very special birthday next week, so we cannot do next Thursday. So next Tuesday we'll be back. It will be our last Tuesday for a while. We'll be going back to the Thursday schedule, assuming nothing comes up. We'll be doing our SummerSlam predictions. Hopefully Matt's back. I doubt it, but we'll see. And we'll try to keep Tuesday nice and short so everyone can have a nice, easy Tuesday night. So please join us next Tuesday. In the meantime, if you can use your Prime account to please send us a subscription like Square Spectrum did. Have a great night, everyone. See you guys next week. Same time, different place. Or same place, different time. Got 'em.
Make eye contact with Darby while he's twerking.
I don't know.
Make me